This is KUGAN CASSIUS right from London. We're in Sheffield today at the Mercure Hotel for the press conference for Amir Khan versus Julio Diaz. With me, I've got the matchmaker at Golden Boy, very handsome. I think I called you that last time, Roberto Diaz. How are you?
KUGAN, very well, thank you. It's great to be here and to see good friends.
When did you get here, Robert?
I got in yesterday afternoon.
And just had a chilled out night on the tiles in Sheffield?
Trying to adjust time difference, but we're doing well. We're excited and looking forward to Saturday night's event.
Just wanted to start talking about Deontay Wilder and Audley Harrison. Bit of a strange fight when it got announced. What is in it for Deontay Wilder to come over to Sheffield here to fight Audley Harrison?
Well, I think it's a very exciting fight. You got two big heavyweights, two former Olympians, and I think it makes a big statement on Deontay Wilder's part that he's willing to go anywhere in the world to fight anyone in their backyard and show that he is the best and youngest, strongest heavyweight in the boxing division today.
27-0, 27 KOs for Deontay Wilder. How would you rate the caliber of opponents that he's faced, and is Audley Harrison going to be his toughest test?
Well, there's no doubt about it. Audley brings more experience. Again, a former Olympian, the confidence of fighting in his home country. In the past, yes, it's been a growing stage for Deontay. As you say, he's 27-0, 27 knockouts. He's passed with flying colors. And Saturday night will be the biggest test of his young career. But we're very confident that he will be very successful. And not only will the American public be happy, but the British public, who are very knowledgeable boxing fans, will have a new boxing icon to look forward to.
How long before you think he will be challenging for world honors?
I think, obviously, depending, and God willing, everything goes well Saturday, he will be fighting somebody in the top 10 at in the world before the end of the year.
Okay. Amir Khan returns to the UK to fight Julio Diaz. Is this a fight to prepare Amir Khan for another crack at the world title?
Well, in Team Khan's eyes, yes. It's a very important fight because obviously this determines his future. I wouldn't consider it just a fight to prepare him for a world title because Julio Diaz is a former champion who's very hungry, who knows what a win over Amir Khan means. I think is very determined and very well prepared to make this his fight for the crack at the title. So you have a very evenly matched, very strong, as many people are saying, oh, this is just a warm-up, a tune-up. You could never take a former world champion who's knows this could be his last crack at the stardom, at the big fights, at the big money fights, and at a world title lightly.
Anthony Ogogo, our Olympian bronze medalist, joined the Golden Boy ranks. How excited about seeing Anthony make his professional debut this Saturday?
Very excited, KUGAN. Very likable fighter, young man. I think he's going to be a big, splash in the professional ranks. And obviously, this is a very important night for him, making his pro debut. Very important night for us. And I'm just excited. I see a lot of talent there with Anthony, very fast on his feet. Very swift, and like I said, a lot of personality, a real good kid.
And Haroon Khan, Amir's brother, also makes his professional debut this Saturday. So two Khans on one bill.
Yes, two Khans on one bill, and I think we'll see more of that. And just from what I saw yesterday, he reminds me so much of Amir. He fights in a lot of power and spurts and determination, and I like what I saw yesterday.
Just a word on Nate Campbell, 41 years of age, ex-unified champion. What's in it for Nate Campbell at this stage of his career? I heard him talking on Box Nation yesterday. He said he's quite happy with his life and everything, and he'll go on as long as he needs to go on.
Well, as long as he could stay healthy. I think we've seen it with fighters like Bernard Hopkins, where it's very few. His life, Bernard is an example to a lot of these fighters. I think it's motivated a lot of these fighters to say, look, I could still do it as long as, like Bernard, you're disciplined and live the lifestyle of an athlete. I know Nate, I saw him yesterday. He told me he wanted to go back down to 135 after this fight. So that in a way tells me that, hey, he's maybe going to give it a good, run at the end and really train hard. So, but it depends on what he put in.
May the 18th, Atlantic City, on the undercard of Matisse and Peterson is Devin Alexander versus Lee Purdy. How's it been from your side, the Golden Boy side, obviously, of this trilogy now of fights that hasn't happened?
Well, it's a little disappointing, I think, for everyone involved. I think for the fans out here, for the fans in the U.S., for Kel himself, his promotional team. But, at this point, you must wonder, maybe it wasn't meant to be. After 3 cancellations, it was time to move on. Devin has to fight. And it's unfortunate for Kel and his team, but, he's still young, still strong, and maybe down the line something can materialize. But at this point, we're moving forward.
Did you start negotiations with the number 3rd ranked in the IBF table, Kevin Bitzer? Was there any talks that got to any sort of stage about him fighting Devin Alexander?
I don't know how it worked out, but the IBF normally goes down the line to see the availability of the fighter. I don't know those talks when they happen. Eric, vice president for Golden Boy, and the other lead matchmaker, it might have had those talks. I wasn't aware until I saw Lee Purdy being as the new challenger for Devin.
How long before you own Golden Boy?
Probably about another 52 years.
Really? 52 years?
But it'll be soon.
You've got a little bit of a Schaefer look about you, haven't you?
That would be an honor.
A cross between Schaefer and De La Hoya, this is what you get.
That's what you get. The Mexican version of Richard Schaefer and the British version of Oscar.
Just lastly, Canelo and Austin Trout last week, fantastic fight, very close fight. A lot of people saw it, vice versa for each. Personally, I had Canelo up by a round due to the 10-8 knockdown, I think round 9 or 10. How did you see that fight, Robert?
It was, how can I express? It was great to be there. The atmosphere was tremendous. We had 40,000 in the arena. And that's just proof of when you put on good fights. You had 2 undefeated champions unifying the 154 belt, and the people showed up. It's no mystery. Put on good fights, and the people will show up. We're very, very happy with the results. Obviously, Canelo won. It was a good fight. Austin didn't lose anything. I think he showed a lot of people why he was champion. So, again, when you put on 2 good fights, or when you put on a good fight, everyone wins. I think the fans went out very happy and they won. Remember, another thing is Alvarez is 22 years old. That's what people tend to forget. I mean, he's still very young and still learning fight by fight.
Had about 100 fights at number, wasn't it? 22. Not 100.
He's
a lot of fights.
42-0. Yeah, you're right. 42-0.
Definitely. Right, listen, Robert, thank you very much for talking to iFilm London. I may avoid Deontay Wilder today because I said to you and Richard Schaefer that, I'll be interested in facing him in the ring. Now he's probably around here. I may hide in the cupboard.
I think it's time to exit the building. I saw there an emergency door through the on that side in the back, so it would be a good time right now, Kugan.
Bomb squad. KUGAN, CASSIUS.
Always a pleasure.
Roberto
Thank you.
Diaz here for iFilm London. Thank you very much.